All right, everybody. Well, since the Montana app period is open right now, I just wanted to go over one of the biggest topics that we typically get when folks call in or email in with questions about Montana. And the biggest saying that we get is the Montana non-res combo licenses. A lot of folks get kind of confused on how that works, what they are, etc. So I thought I'd take a minute here and just kind of break down those for you in the easiest form possible, maybe give you some pros and cons about them all. So Montana has three non-res big game choices. You have your deer combo, you have an elk combo, and you have your big game combination license. I guess we'll start off with your deer combo. So what your deer combo is it's a general deer license, which allows you to hunt any of the open general units in the state. With that, you get a upland game bird stamp, a fishing license, a conservation and base hunting license. So really, it's just a whole pile of little things with the one thing you really want. It's a general deer tag for the state. Like I said, any open general unit in the state you can hunt, but it's a little pricey. Maybe not so much in today's world, but because everybody is going up, but it is a little pricey. That's about $724. The next combo that they have to choose from is your elk combo license. And what that is a general elk license, which once again gives you the opportunity to hunt any general elk unit in the state. You get a upland game bird stamp, fishing license, conservation, and base hunting license. So like I said, it's really just your general elk license with a bunch of little things sprinkled on top of it. That, once again, is a little pricey. It's gone up from a couple of years ago. It's one that I've personally held. It is a good tag to have. It's a general elk license. It's a good tag to have in your pocket, but prices are going up. So that's right around, it's about $1,048 for this year. And the last of the non-resident combo licenses is your big game combination license. That is a general elk license, a general deer license, upland game bird stamp, fishing license, hunting license, all that stuff. So really it's both of your general elk and deer and all the little goodies. If you're planning to go up there and go bird hunting, then throughout the rest of the fall, then either one of these three is going to be fantastic. Or if you plan to go up there and go fishing, then you might see some more value to these licenses. But the big game combo also went up. It's now $1,242. So there's not a whole lot of differences in these three based on the price. I'd say your biggest is your deer combo and your big game combination. That's roughly $450 difference. That makes a little bit of sense. Your elk combo and your big game combo, there's not much difference there. You do get an extra deer tag with the combo. So for these general draws, they run off of a preference point system. Montana has both systems, but for the non-res combos, the general licenses, these are run off of a preference point system. 75% of those tags go to preference point holders. So if you currently have preference points, 75% of those licenses go to preference point holders. 25% of those licenses go to applicants with 0 points. So while you're looking at your draw odds, if you look at your deer combo, your elk combo, or your big game combo, you'll notice in most cases or in some cases, you actually have better odds at 0 points than you do with any points at all. And that's because that percentage is split. 75 goes to preference points, 25% goes to those with 0 points. And there's more people with preference points than there are with no preference points. And you have to get a preference point each year in order to be in that preference pool. If you miss a year, then you're back to 0. So make sure you don't waste your preference points. Typically, the way that I look at the general combos for non-residents is I use them as a backup. So I'm not a point builder for any of these combos. If I'm going to go into it, I'm going to go into it with 0 points. And, if I get it, great. If not, then I move on with life. So the majority of folks are going to be going after your big game combination license. For the most part, they like the idea of having both a general elk tag and a general deer tag. You know, I've hunted these hunts before, and there's some areas where that's more rare than it sounds. So if you're limited on time, let's say you're only allowed to take so many days to go do this, are you really going to get the benefit or the value of trying to get both tags filled? So for somebody like myself, if I've only got 4 or 5 days to run up there, I'm going to focus on one or the other. So for me personally, I would go after either a deer combo or I would go after an elk combo. Yes, there's not very much price difference between the two. I mean, it's still a pretty pricey elk tag or a pretty pricey deer tag. However, to pay more money but not give myself the time to really benefit both doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. If you've got the time, like let's say if you and a couple of your buddies are applying for these and you've got a week, maybe 2 weeks to make the most benefit of the big game combination, both your general elk and deer, then I'd say go for it. Why not? If you've got time to maybe hit the whole state, might get some flack over this, but I'd say your better deer areas are going to be on one side of the state and your better elk areas are going to be on the other side of the state. So that's why for me, I think it's more beneficial to focus on one versus both. But like I said, if you've got the time and you can hit both, great, more power to you. Another thing I'd like to point out is the deer combo is on its own quota. So there's roughly 4,600 tags available. The big game combination and the elk combo come out of the same pool. There's roughly about 17,000 of those licenses available. So if you apply for only your elk combo license and not the big game, just the elk, you're actually pulling from the big game combination quota. That's why if you're looking at your draw odds on your insider account, you'll see that, like I said, your deer is separate, so it's got its own pool. It has different odds. If you look at your elk combo and your big game combo, you're going to notice that they have the same odds, and that's why. All right, so to recap all the confusing stuff that I just said for non-resident combo licenses, you have 3. You have the deer combo, elk combo, and the big game combination. Deer is deer, elk is elk. Big game combo is both your general deer and your general elk. If you've got the time to do it, I'd suggest going after the big game combo. If you've got time to go after deer and elk, awesome, great, get after it. If you're on a shorter window and you'd rather target one species versus another, then I'd recommend either going after the deer combo or going after the elk combo. If you guys have any other questions in regards to Montana's non-resident combo licenses, feel free to comment, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll do what we can to help you out. Good luck.